Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru in Akame Ga Kill by alexkuhar360 Chapter 22, Prelude to Finale. Rimuru's POV. After escaping with Shambhala and Adramalich, I run straight to the night raid base. I am sure I bought some goodwill with them and will be able to rest after devouring Adramalich for its power safely. Staying with Esdeath right now would not be smart with all the chaos that will be happening after what I just did. Staying away from that would be wise. Once I arrived, I waited a few hours for Tatsumi and Lubbock to arrive back. If I went in before them it would be strange and they might not trust me as much. When I did enter, the two boys I saved were briefing the rest of the team on what happened. It seemed my man Lubbock was really hyping me up. Thanks bro. The only security they have is the threads Lubbock set up, so when I knocked on the door to the main room they're shut up, and through the door I could feel their tension. I guess making a good security system without modern tech is much harder. Other than things like tripwires and trap, there is not a ton you can do. After a few seconds of waiting for a response I entered. When I did, a large sigh was released by the people inside. Clearly they all had a different thought in the back of their minds on who it was. I also noticed a few less people than before. Well, most of them are still here, so that is all that matters. I saw a smile on Akame's face, and Tatsumi and Lubbock were happy to see me, probably because I saved them earlier today. Hey guys, been a while. I just came to ask if you guys mind me staying here for a few days to rest. I used a ton of energy earlier and will be pretty vulnerable for the next few days. After a brief second, Najenda responded. I don't think we have much choice but to allow it. We all had started doubting you for a little while. But after you helped Tatsumi and Lubbock by killing Sayura and Budo, we are not really in a position to question your intentions. If you are weak after your earlier fight, it is only natural we would provide you assistance since you exhausted yourself saving two of us. All of them looked happy with that except Chelsea. She is probably still mad after I broke her Tegu and stopped her from attacking Kurome. Well, I saved her life by doing that, so she should be thankful, but I won't say anything. I imagine now she has a desk job which she probably does not enjoy. Better to be bored than dead though, I would know after all. With that I left them to their meeting and went to one of the extra rooms. It wasn't furnished as a bedroom, but I do not particularly care. As I sat against the wall of the room, I pulled out the two prized possessions I received earlier today. Looking at them I couldn't help but feel joy. These were my way home. I quickly put Shambhala back into my stomach and devoured Adramalich. This should help me produce and store enough mana to travel home. When I ate it I immediately slumped to the side. I could feel myself losing consciousness. Hopefully this works out. Less than notice. Individual known as Rimuru Tempest has begun undergoing a racial evolution. Greater than. Less than evolution from type slime to type humanoid slime. Successful. Greater than. Less than. All body attributes have been enhanced. Magical energy recovery and storage has been greatly enhanced. Greater than. After a short time I awake. I could feel the difference as my body felt lighter. I could also feel the magical energy flowing through me seemed more potent. I could feel that I was regaining my depleted magical energy much faster than before as well. It was still slower than in my old world, but that was okay. My reserves have also increased by 4x. I feel so much more powerful. Obviously I do not know for sure, but I am pretty sure I could take on Esdeath now and win. A potential negative was that now that my race seemed to change, I don't seem to have my slime form. It is like now that I am a humanoid slime, my default appearance is my human appearance. That is a small price to pay for such a boon, so I will not complain though. I don't know how long as I was out though. My gut told me that I had been in an evolutionary sleep for longer than I thought I would be though. I could try to use Shambhala now to travel worlds, but I think I need to analyze it with great sage before I try to do anything. My hypothesis is that when I eat a Tegu, the skill or ability I receive is weaker than the Tegu is, so I will not be eating Shambhala, at least for now. I decided to see what is going on now that I am up. I do still have an interest in what happens with the revolution since Akame and Kurome will be at the center of it. I want both of them to have a happy ending before I leave this world. I did not find anyone in the base and was starting to get confused. Where did they all go? How long was I asleep? Not knowing what else to do, I started heading towards the capital. When I got near, all I could see were flames. What the hell happened while I was sleeping? As I rushed toward it I saw what looked like a big mecha dinosaur looking thing shooting laser beams around. Did I miss one episode and this turned into a mecha series? What the hell is going on? The end. Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru in Akame Ga Kill by alexkuhar360 Chapter 23, Finale. Rimuru's POV. Once I got into the capital there was chaos everywhere. The revolutionary army had entered the city, but the weird mech thing was shooting lasers around and blowing up entire areas at a time. How did things go to shit so quickly? I couldn't have been asleep for that long, right? While trying to gather more information on what was going on, I saw the body of someone fly near me into a building. When I rushed over to it I saw a hurt Wave. When I got to him he was trying to get up, but I stopped him. I need information on what is going on. Wave, what the hell is going on here? Where is Kurome? All of the sudden Wave got completely stiff. What happened? Well, Rimuru, you see, Kurome fought her sister and died last night. What the fuck? Those fucking idiots. What the fuck, Wave? I leave for a few days and you let Kurome die? Aaron, you fucking in love with her? She is family, dude. Fuck. I could tell I started leaking some kind of scary aura because Wave started shaking. He also started looking to the side awkwardly. Well, we actually all faked her death so she didn't have to fight in this final battle. She is safe outside the city right now. I probably should have just said that to begin, At the moment I wanted to gut Wave for almost giving me a heart attack like that. What the hell, man? How is he going to do me like that? Okay, fine. Good. Now what the fuck is going on here? What is that massive thing firing lasers around and destroying the city? Where is everyone else? That big guy is the Imperial Tegu that the Emperor is using to fight off Night Raid and the Revolution. I was fighting it with Tatsumi before you came. Speaking of that, I need to go help them. As for the other, I do not really know at the moment. Everything is really crazy right now. Last I knew Death and Night Raid were still alive though. It will be good to have you here to help. With that I let Wave go to help Tatsumi. I also decided I would try something. I haven't used any attacks yet since evolving and pointed my hand towards the massive robot creature. Black lightning. When I spoke the words, a large bolt of black lightning shot out of my hands towards the creature and hit it square in the forehead. On impact there was a massive explosion and the creature staggered. Unfortunately, as the smoke cleared it seemed almost completely fine. I guess that won't be enough. That thing is really a unit, As I was thinking about what I should do next, I saw a streak across my vision. When I locked onto it I saw someone in gold armor flying at insane speeds towards the massive Tegu. Is that Tatsumi? Before my eyes he streaked forward and hit the robot square in an area that looked less protected. He looked like a missile as he tried to break through. What is with that insane boost in power? I thought I got a buff, but this guy is insane right now. After a short time Tatsumi seemed to break through as the massive mech robot started listing forward before it started falling. It was going to land and destroy a large part of the city. As I started clearing the blast zone I saw Tatsumi trying to hold the disabled robot up so it didn't crush anyone. Unfortunately it seemed to be too heavy for him as it was slowly falling to the ground. On the bright side, all the civilians around were able to evacuate the area. As I was about to run to Tatsumi I saw the Prime Minister making a break for it. It seems like Tatsumi will have to live a little longer by himself. As I rushed towards the Prime Minister I pulled my sword from my stomach and silently followed him from behind. I followed him down some halls into an underground area. I could have attacked him, but I could tell he had some kind of Tegu and I had no clue what it was. After a short time a door opened in front of the Prime Minister. The person who came out was Leone. As soon as she got his attention I quickly rushed forward and stabbed him through the heart. For good measure I beheaded him as well. The severed head flew straight to Leone, who caught it easily. She then spoke. Come on, B should have made him suffer more for all the things he has done. He doesn't deserve an easy death. Leone, you should know that those emotions do not come into play when you are an assassin, plus we have more important things to do. Tatsumi got heavily injured I am sure, and I don't even know that is happening with the rest. Fine, we should go help the others. Glad to see you finally woke up. Let's go get them. In a way her enthusiasm was nice. With that we went out to see what was going on. When we got to Tatsumi's landing spot I found a sight I did not expect. There was a massive ice wall around what looked like an improvised coliseum. There were dead resistance fighters stuck in the walls. It was a truly gruesome sight to behold. I grew my wings and started flying over to get in. Leonie, you check out everything else, I will deal with this. She was surprised to see me grow wings but quickly nodded and ran to another area. When I got over the wall I saw Akame fighting Esdeath. The fight was nearing its pinnacle because I could see Akame did something that was presumably her trump card and had lines across her body. I could feel her aura, which had changed dramatically since the last time I saw her. I flew down to the duo and gained their attention by stomping on the ground as hard as I could. The force kicked up some dust and made a very loud sound. When the dust cleared I saw Akame looking at me and Esdeath smirking. Then to my horror I saw an icicle fly towards Akame's back from her blind spot. Before I could act on it, the icicle pierced straight through her heart. I could see the shock on her face as she quickly toppled over and died right in front of me. I was completely in shock. I just got Akame killed. I came here to help her so she could live a good life, but instead got her killed. As I just stared at what happened, dumbfounded, Esdeath started speaking. What kind of idiot would lose focus in a battle? She was a good fighter, but like always the strong crush the weak. That really gave me a rush. Hey Rimuru, let's go have some fun with the rest of the army gathered here. As she kept talking I just stared blankly at Akame's body. What have I done? 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 As I was still in shock and horror, Esdeath walked up and started kissing me without any awareness that I was despairing over Akame's death. Without even realizing it, I took out my sword and ran it through Esdeath. I could see the look of surprise and shock on her face as I cut through her stomach and intestines. The look of betrayal that painted her face as the person she loved gutted her without remorse, without a single hint of emotion. Sorry Esdeath, but you should not have killed her. You should not have gotten so arrogant. Like Icarus, you tempted the sun and now you see the result of your foolish ambition to go against nature. Killing someone's family can only be punishable by death. You understand, after all, the weak die. As I pulled my blade from Esdeath, we could both see the large amounts of blood that started to flow out of her. She would die soon. Even if she went to a surgeon right now, too many of her organs had been damaged, and with her stomach acid starting to leak into her body, the damage would only continue to grow. I let her go as she slumped to the ground with a face of acceptance. I walked over to Akame and picked her up. Her body was already starting to get cold and stiff as rigor mortis set in. I felt so guilty that I am the cause of her death. All of these people in the walls as well died because I didn't kill Esdeath earlier. As I was thinking about what if's, great sage interrupted me. Less than notice. The blade known as Murasama is giving off a strange energy, greater than. What does that have to do with anything? Who cares what kind of energy it is giving off? Less than notice. The blade known as Murasama seems to be damaged and is leaking a powerful energy, greater than. What kind of energy is it leaking that is so interesting? And also, why should I care? Akame is dead because of me. Less than notice. The blade known as Murasama is leaking souls. All of the people it kills have a part of their soul stored in the blade, and now they are slowly being released. Greater than. That's great, I guess. Good for those souls. May they rest in peace. I can only imagine how many people that sword has killed. Is there anything else, great sage? Less than notice. It is recommended that the individual known as Rimuru Tempest absorbs the sword and its energies. There is a high probability that large amounts of power can be gained. Greater than. To me this sounds kind of crazy, but since I am in shock and despair I just did what I was told. It is rare for great sage to be so insistent about anything. I will entertain her. As I picked up the sword and looked at it, Esdeath gave me a strange look. She was still somehow alive. I would guess her Tegu, the demon's extract, was somehow slowing her death. As I absorbed the blade I could tell great sage was right. I felt some incredible feeling. Less than report. Checking the number of souls required for evolution. Confirmed. The required conditions have been met. The harvest festival will now begin. Greater than. As I heard that I slumped to the ground. I didn't want to fall asleep again and fought for my consciousness to stay. As I was almost in dreamland I heard another announcement in my head. Less than report. The harvest festival has begun. Your bodily structure will be reconstructed in order to evolve you into a new species. Confirmed. Super evolution from type humanoid slime to type demonic humanoid slime. Successful. All bodily attributes have been greatly enhanced. The material and spiritual bodies are now freely transformable. Intrinsic skills: infinite regeneration, control magic, multi-layer barrier, universal detect, universal shapeshift, Lord's ambition, enhanced replication, spatial motion, dark flame lightning, and universal thread acquired. Reacquiring resistances. Completed. Cancel pain, resist melee attack, cancel natural elements, cancel ailments, resist spiritual attack, and resist holy attack acquired. Evolution is now complete. Greater than. I could barely understand what was happening, but it seems like I evolved again. Pretty crazy that I evolved twice in like a week. As I was lamenting, the voice started speaking again. Less than report. Re-executing skill acquisition requested earlier. Unique skill grade Sage attempting evolution. Failed. Failed. Re-executing. Failed. Re-executing. Failed. Endless. Report. Unique skill grade Sage attempting evolution, using Deviant as a sacrifice. Successful. Unique skill grade Sage has evolved into Raphael, Lord of Wisdom. Report. Re-executing. Unique skill Gluttony attempting evolution, using Merciless as a sacrifice. Successfully. Unique skill Gluttony has evolved into Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony. Greater than. When did I get a skill called Merciless? Well, I don't care. I don't care. I evolved right now. I can only think about how I failed and Akame died because of me. With that thought, I am finally taken by the Sandman to Dreamland. Third-person POV as Rimuru finally passes out. Death is still clinging to life, staring at Rimuru. Even if she is sad Rimuru killed her, she still is deeply in love with him. She is actually completely obsessed with him. When he disappeared to evolve before she started going crazy, one could even describe it as going yandere. But now her love gutted her and immediately went to go hold another woman. As she lamented on what happened, a bright light overtook the area Rimuru slumped against. His eyes opened and started glowing like the rainbow. In her state of heavy blood loss, Death couldn't help but look at the cornucopia of color in joy, her ailment only furthering her madness for Rimuru. If he was conscious, he no doubt feel a shiver from her strange gaze. While she was admiring him, the color stopped. When it did, Rimuru stood up. He looked almost robotic though. Death wanted to call out to him, but since blood had started pooling in her lungs, she couldn't breathe properly. She could only watch as the red-eyed beauty began to do something. Less than report. By the name of Raphael, Lord of Wisdom, I command Beelzebub to consume all the souls in the area. Do not leave even a single soul fragment behind. Greater than. As this was said, purple and black erupted from Rimuru's body. Soon the entire ice arena was absorbed, leaving the dead body piled up as the ice and souls were all gathered. After a few seconds, it was visible that many orbs of light were floating around Rimuru. Death was in silent shock as she was beginning to understand what was about to happen. At the same time, the revolutionary army that was waiting outside, which included Najenda, Leone, and Lubbock, came charging and have no clue what was going on. None of them understood what was going on and what the orbs were. Soon they would though. Rimuru's body, currently Raphael, currently had a large amount of souls orbited them. Raphael did not have enough energy to revive all of them though. There were thousands of souls she had right now, fresh after evolution, and in a world with few magicules, Raphael started getting desperate for idea for power. If she used her master's life energy, it would almost certainly kill him. She eventually came up with an idea. With a second look, Raphael once again commanded Beelzebub to devour. This time it was Death though. The immense energy she had with her would prove to be a major help in the path to reviving everyone present. However, it still wasn't enough. The damage done to Rimuru, even with Death's energy, was still unacceptable to Raphael. As a last resort, Raphael walked over to the fallen mech robot dinosaur and started absorbing the energy from its massive core. It was no doubt the most powerful energy source in this world. After a few seconds of absorbing energy, she was satisfied and returned to Akame's body, the preparations completed. Then, before everyone's eyes, Rimuru raised his hand and all the orbs flew to their respected body and started to surge with power. Raphael then spoke to the people gathered. The Lord kills and makes alive. He brings down to Sheol and raises up. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. For the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God is eternal life. It is unknown why Raphael quoted the Bible at this time, but to those that understand her well, it was probably to make her master seem cool and gain the respect she thinks he rightfully deserves. After she said that, she kneeled down and put Akame's head on Rimuru's lap before slumped down as her mission given by her master was completed. Shortly after Rimuru slumped down once again, Akame's eyes twitched and then opened, as did over 4,000 other soldiers who had been in the area. Even Tatsumi, whose soul was being latched onto by the dragon within him, was freed and restored. The dragon inside him once again pushed back into slumber to wait for a chance to take the foreground. With that, the miracles of that day ended. What happened would become a legend so powerful it would travel all over the world and stay there for hundreds of years. The day that God graced the mortal world using his angel as a conduit, and the archangel Raphael would become the patron of the country that replaced the empire. After some time, Rimuru finally started opening his eyes. The end.